Best run NHL franchises featuring the Detroit Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings are historically one of the best NHL teams of all time. Detroit has won 11 Stanley Cups and have had a few dynasties in their history. Due to their vast history, I'll be going through the history very quickly. Led by superstar Gordie Howe, the Red Wings were very successful from 1950 to 1966. During this era, the Red Wings won the Stanley Cup 4 times and went to the final 6 times. The production line was one of the most feared lines in hockey at the time. It featured Gordie Howe, Ted Lindsay, and Sid Abel. Alex Delvecchio eventually replaced Sid Abel on the production line. Terry Sawchuk, who was one of the greatest goalies of all time, was also a huge part of the Red Wings during the Gordie Howe era. From 1967 to 1982 was the darkest era in franchise history. Things got so bad, the team was nicknamed the Dead Wings. In 1983, the Red Wings used their first round pick to select future Hall of Famer and captain Steve Yzerman. Yzerman would play his entire career with the team and served as captain for 19 seasons. Fast forward to the 1989 season. In 1989, Steve Yzerman scored a career-high 65 goals. However, Detroit was eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. It was in the 1989 draft that the Red Wings' fortunes turned around. In the 1989 draft, the Red Wings drafted future Hall of Famers Nicholas Lidstrom and Sergei Fedorov. Scotty Bowman arrived in Detroit and instantly turned the Red Wings from a good team into a contending team. The Red Wings added more firepower during the mid-90s, adding Slava Fetisov, Igor Larionov, and goalie Mike Vernon. The Red Wings also added Brendan Shanahan and Larry Murphy during the 96-97 season. The Red Wings won back-to-back Stanley Cups in 97 and 98. In doing so, the Red Wings became the first team since the Pittsburgh Penguins to win back-to-back Stanley Cups. The Red Wings had a fierce and heated rivalry with the Avalanche from the late 90s to the early 2000s. This became a blood feud after the hit from behind by Claude Lemieux on Chris Draper. During this period, the two teams met in the playoffs 5 times from 96 to 2002. The Red Wings won the Stanley Cup again in 2002, with Nicholas Lidstrom winning the Conn Smythe Trophy. Fast forward to the 2005 season. On July 15, 2005, Mike Babcock was named the Red Wings' new head coach. After the retirement of longtime captain Steve Yzerman, Nicholas Lidstrom was named the team's captain. The Red Wings won their 4th Stanley Cup in 11 years, after defeating the Pittsburgh Penguins in the 2008 Stanley Cup Finals. The Red Wings had another shot to win back-to-back Stanley Cups. Unfortunately, in 2009, they lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 7 games. Led by Henrik Zetterberg and Pavel Datsyuk and the coaching of Mike Babcock, the Red Wings remained a playoff team until 2015. After making the playoffs in the 2015-2016 season, the Red Wings extended their North American major sports playoff streak to 25 seasons. The Hockey Hall of Fame have inducted 58 Detroit Red Wings players, as well as 14 builders. The Red Wings are the 3rd winningest team in NHL history behind the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs. In addition, they had 2 periods where they were completely dominant in the league. This is why the Detroit Red Wings are one of the worst run franchises in the league. Next, I'll be highlighting the St. Louis Blues and the worst run franchises.